He joins us on the Harbor One hotline this morning. Hey, Bill.
Greg, how you doing?
How are you?
All right. Back to work.
Back to work. Certainly not the result you wanted yesterday. I wanted to, first off, get your impressions about Mac Jones, his first NFL start.
Yeah, I thought Mac competed well. Overall as a team, I thought we competed hard. We just got to play better. We got to coach better. Just not good enough. We had too many opportunities and just couldn't capitalize on them. So we get back to work and improve this week.
Bill, one of the things that I kind of noticed in the game yesterday, I know you talk about the compete level, but one of the things I thought you guys did well was on first down, you were kind of staying ahead of the sticks and put yourself in good position so where you could be really efficient on third down. I think you guys were 11 for 16. Talk about how important it is to win first down and put yourself in good positive position so when you do get to second down and third down, you're in a good, reasonable yardage.
Well, there's no doubt first down has a lot to do with third down. So in order to play well on third down, you, just as you pointed out, you want to put yourself in a competitive situation. Getting those third and extra longs, it's really hard. So no doubt first and second down have a lot to do with the third down conversion rate. There's no question about it.
Bill, you said last night and then you said again this morning that you guys need to be better in all phases of the game and in coaching. With coaching as a head coach, looking back on it, what could you guys have done better leading up to the game, and what will you do better going into week 2?
Well, hopefully we'll perform and execute better. So that's our job.
Is there any way, preparation-wise, that you wish you had done going into week 1 that you want to take into week 2?
Yeah, well, we've got to perform better. So that comes from coaching. It comes from playing. It comes from just level of execution. So obviously I got to do a better job of coaching the team so we can play better than we played yesterday.
When you look at yesterday and some of the, whether you'd call them sloppy plays or mental errors, penalties, whatever, do you feel like the one less preseason game has anything to do with that?
Yeah, all teams played the same number of games, so we just have to do a better job than we did. That's all. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it.
Bill, when you talk about coaching and playing better, I think one of the things that stood out for your team, which normally we don't see, is the amount of penalties that you guys had. What was kind of that message right after the game, obviously, to players and letting them know you can play physical, you can play hard, you can compete, but you got to make sure you don't put yourself in bad situations where you're getting, penalties called on you?
Yeah, well, again, we just have to do a better job at everything. Too many penalties, too many balls out, not good enough on some of the little things, little fundamentals, and they're not little, they're big, but they're, the fundamentals of just overall execution. Some things we're close on, but, just not quite good enough, and we've got we just have to be better against a good, sound team like Miami. And you can't afford those things, and they were able to take advantage of them when we did them. And we're gonna have to eliminate those.
A bright spot last night was Nelson Aguilar. What did you think of him, and how impressive he was?
Yeah, again, I thought that we did some plenty of good things in the game. We need to do more of them, eliminate some of the mistakes we made, and play better situational football. So, we had a lot of guys that stepped up, made a lot of plays for us. I mean, we did enough things to win the game, but unfortunately, we made too many errors and didn't play well enough in situational football to win. So.
Well, was it nice to have the fans back and have a home field advantage again last night, yesterday afternoon, Bill?
Yeah, no, there's good energy and the stands and the crowd. Yeah, definitely.
I know last night you didn't have an update on Trent Brown. Any update this morning?
No, usually it takes 24 hours or so to kind of assess everything, and if there are any things to be done, like X-rays, MRIs, things like that, and those usually happen, late last night or in the morning. So, yeah, we'll see.
Bill, when you talk about frustrating, I know from watching that game from an offensive standpoint, as a guy who used to play on offense before. I think one of the things that I know has to frustrate you as well as the rest of the coaching staff and the team is when you put together long drives like you were able to yesterday. I think you had 3 drives for 14 plays or more, and only able to come away with field goals. Talk about the importance of scoring touchdowns in the red zone and, how that really changes the momentum of the game when you put a long drive together, but you can capitalize with a touchdown rather than a field goal.
Yeah, well, most of the games in this league come down to one possession. So 8 points or less. That's what this league is, and you've got to be able to play well in those situations. And obviously, we didn't play very well in the red area yesterday, offensively or defensively. Not good enough, and ultimately the point there is the difference in the game. So that's one of the many things we could do better in terms of playing situational football, is defending the red area better and finishing drives with touchdowns instead of field goals. So
another divisional game.
That's big.
Bill, another divisional game Sunday against the Jets. What makes Zach Wilson a tough quarterback to defend?
Yeah, he's a very athletic player. Had a lot of production in college, but plays kind of never over. When he's got the ball in his hands, he can get out of trouble, run, can make all the throws. Got a really good arm. And as I said, he's had a ton of production, at BYU. So I'm sure that'll translate to the NFL here over the course of his career. But he's a guy that we're going to have to really, do a good job on the long balls, the intermediate passes, the extended plays, and his ability to run with the ball as well. So got some good receivers, good targets. And they'll be open at home. I'm sure there'll be plenty of energy down there. We'll have to match that and play a good football game, and as I said, play better fundamentally than we did yesterday.
I know you tend to be a focus on the future, not dwell on the past kind of guy, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to respond to Cam Newton suggesting that he was bamboozled by the organization with regard to his trip to Atlanta.
Yeah, I think we've already covered all that.
So there was no bamboozling that went on.
Look, I have nothing but respect for Cam and everything he did here. We said that after he, was released, and my feelings toward Cam have not changed.
All right. Wiggy?
Well, now, I guess my last question for you, Bill, is I know, Monday mornings after a game like this, you put together a tape of plays that you could do better at and get better as a team. And thinking about some of those plays that you guys left out there on the field, what kind of, message do you give to these guys to say, hey, listen, here's what we have to fix, but now it's about moving forward and looking towards the next game after we correct our mistakes?
Yeah, well, that exactly is the message. We'll watch every play, not just, a couple plays that are, could be highlighted, but really it's every play. There's things to learn from every play. It's the first game of the season. We got a long way to go, and everything we do is important. And things that came up yesterday are going to come up again. So hopefully we'll be able to execute them better the next time they come up. But that really is going to be every play, every technique, every all the communication that we have, and all the things that we had to adjust to and so forth. Miami's well-coached team, good football team. They presented some problems for us, and if we don't, address some of those, I'm sure we'll see them again next week or down the road from other opponents. So there's always things to learn from after each game, and that's what we'll do. We'll keep coaching them and then prepare for the Jets, and I'm sure there'll be some things that will carry over from the Miami game that the Jets will do, and then there'll be plenty of other things that the Jets do that will be different than Miami. So that's just a normal week of preparation. Just trying to put all that together and then be ready to go on Sunday.
All right, Bill, we're on to the Jets. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good.